Here's more wrestling news for January 19th, 2026. Your headlines for this afternoon include WWE locker room leader reacts to AEW stars jumping ship, real feelings revealed. Leaked photos reveal massive Royal Rumble Stadium update in Saudi Arabia. Breaking, WWE star officially retires from in-ring competition. TNA accused of dropping the ball on AJ Styles' return. Penta teases huge announcement on AAA Fox Latin America. Shocking WWE release story, signed a deal, gone months later, and more. The tension between WWE and AEW has cooled off in recent months, but that doesn't mean everyone is rolling out the red carpet. As former AEW talent like Powerhouse Hobbs prepare to walk through WWE's doors, questions are already being asked about how the current locker room actually feels. During a recent Fightful Select Q&A, Ross Sapp addressed whether WWE talent are concerned about losing their spots to former AEW names. While the volume of AEW to WWE jumpers hasn't matched the 2021 to 2022 wave of ex-WWE talent entering AEW, the internal mood is still something to monitor. According to Sapp, there haven't been any direct complaints from WWE talent so far, but that could change depending on how debuts like Hobbs are handled. Well, it's not with the same frequency as former WWE wrestlers coming into AEW in 2021 and 2022, but I can tell you back then, AEW talent were very happy to have people in there, but also wanted to make sure that their spots were secured, and for many of them, they weren't, as we've seen in recent years, Sapp explained. I haven't heard of any direct complaints from WWE talent as of now, but Hobbs hasn't debuted, so it's tough to say what his situation will be. I expect him to go to the main roster. If he hops the line, I'm sure some people will be jealous, but that isn't exclusive to any company, really. Sources have also pointed out that Hobbs potentially debuting directly on the main roster, skipping NXT altogether, could quietly cause some locker room friction, especially among talent who spent years grinding through WWE's developmental system before earning their spot. WWE's history with incoming talent from rival promotions has always been a mixed bag, and Hobbs could quickly become the next major test case. If WWE straps a rocket to him immediately, don't be surprised if some tension starts bubbling beneath the surface. Do you think Powerhouse Hobbs deserves a fast track to WWE's main roster spotlight, or should he have to earn his stripes all over again? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Royal Rumble 2026 is fast approaching, and fans are now getting a closer look at the massive venue WWE is building from the ground up in Saudi Arabia. On January 18, 2026, social media user Mohammed Mansour shared multiple photos showing active construction inside the King Abdul Financial District, where crews are working around the clock to complete the stadium ahead of the January 31st Premium Live event. His update highlighted visible progress across the site. Royal Rumble Arena update. Lighting towers have been installed at the arena. Main gate will be from Al Ghadir Walkway. Security presence has been increased. The photos reveal newly installed lighting towers, expanded entry points, and a growing stage footprint, clear signs WWE isn't treating this like a standard overseas show. Instead, the setup resembles a WrestleMania-scale presentation, underscoring how seriously the company is taking its first-ever international Royal Rumble. Many fans were surprised to learn that the event will take place in a temporary venue. However, the use of temporary stadiums for major events is far more common than many realize. These types of venues allow for flexible layouts, custom staging, and large-scale production without the long-term costs of maintaining a permanent stadium that would sit unused for most of the year. From a logical and financial standpoint, it's often the smarter option. WWE has successfully pulled off this approach before. In 1993, the company famously converted a parking lot at Caesar's Palace into a full-scale outdoor arena for WrestleMania 9, complete with a Roman Coliseum aesthetic and marketed as the world's biggest toga party. Now, more than 3 decades later, WWE appears to be applying that same proven formula. Construction crews are reportedly working around the clock to complete the setup in time for the Royal Rumble, an event that will officially kick off the road to WrestleMania 42. Despite the tight timeline, history suggests WWE knows exactly how to pull off this kind of ambitious presentation when it matters most. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. AJ Styles' monumental return to TNA Wrestling on the company's January 15th debut episode on AMC was met with loud chants and a thunderous ovation, but not everyone felt the moment reached its full potential. Speaking on a recent episode of the 83 Weeks podcast, Eric Bischoff explained why he believes the presentation of Styles' return missed the mark, despite being heavily promoted in advance. When co-host Conrad Thompson asked whether the moment would have worked better as a surprise, Bischoff didn't hesitate. No, I mean look, big real surprises always get the reaction you want them to get, and I think it would have definitely happened with AJ in a massive way. Bischoff acknowledged the business logic behind advertising Styles' appearance, especially with TNA launching on a new network like AMC. However, he felt the execution of the entrance itself drained energy from what should have been a truly unforgettable moment. Even if they would have announced him, if you go back and look at his entrance, his graphic was up on the screen a minute before he came out. He explained that telegraphing the moment undercut the crowd's anticipation. So it was like, there's his graphic, well, we know what's coming next, AJ's coming out next. You don't get the same reaction that way. If he had just crashed into the scene, even though he was advertised, the energy would have been completely different. Bischoff also commented on a surprising crowd reaction involving Dixie Carter, noting that the response appeared far more negative than expected. From where I was sitting, I can't see that well, but I could hear pretty well, it sounded like a lot of boos. I don't think she expected that, and I felt bad for her because she doesn't deserve it. While AJ Styles' return was undeniably a major moment for TNA's new era, Bischoff believes the timing and presentation mattered just as much as star power, especially on a debut show meant to define the company's future. Should TNA have saved AJ Styles' return as a true surprise, or was the advanced promotion the right call? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Penta El Cero Miedo is officially returning to AAA television, and he's bringing a major announcement with him. The former AAA and AEW star appeared backstage in a segment on the January 17th episode of AAA on Fox Latin America, where it was revealed that he will make a special announcement on the January 24th broadcast. Penta was originally scheduled to reunite with Rey Fenix as Lucha Bros at Guerrera de Titanes 2025, but an injury forced him to miss the event. His upcoming announcement could shed light on what's next for him in AAA, or possibly even tease a return to in-ring action. As of now, no opponents have been announced for any upcoming title bouts. What do you think Penta's big announcement will be? Please share your thoughts and feedback in the comments section below. Javier Bernal is opening up about his WWE release, and according to him, it came just months after he had re-signed with the company. Speaking on the January 18th episode of the two-man Power Trip podcast, Bernal revealed that WWE let him go despite locking him into a new NXT contract only 6 months earlier. The former Big Body Javi admitted the decision completely blindsided him, especially as he was just returning from injury and believed his position was secure. Bernal explained that he felt optimistic about getting back on track, particularly after receiving positive feedback from people within WWE's developmental system. However, despite support from Shawn Michaels and Matt Bloom, Bernal suspects the final decision came from higher up the corporate ladder. I had a new deal and everything, so I thought, okay, I can get my footing again. People were telling me, Shawn and Bloom like you, they like who you are as a person and as a wrestler. I don't think they were the decision makers in the process, but I was still shocked. Bernal's release was part of a quiet wave of NXT cuts that took place on May 2nd, 2025, a round of departures that WWE never publicly addressed. The news was first reported by PW Insider. Originally signing with WWE in 2021, Bernal built a cult following through his loudmouth big body persona on NXT Level Up and later on NXT television. His exaggerated character work and microphone presence made him a standout, even if championship success never followed. Now, with his WWE chapter closed, Bernal's story serves as another reminder of how quickly circumstances can change in the company, even with a freshly signed contract in hand. Bayley remains one of WWE's most entertaining and all-time great women's stars, but a recent moment in Poland led to an unexpected scene that briefly broke character on live television. At a WWE show in Poland, Bayley was part of the segment that also featured Lyra Valkyria, who competed in a singles match against Roxanne Perez. Valkyria went on to pick up a decisive victory, defeating the Judgment Day star without much trouble. The memorable moment came later when Bayley made her entrance through the crowd. After pushing past a security guard, she attempted to hop over the barricade into the ringside area, but after getting her legs over, she suddenly toppled forward, falling flat like a bowling pin. Lyra Valkyria, who was right behind her, was caught on camera looking visibly shocked before completely breaking character. She burst into laughter as Bayley immediately popped back up. Meanwhile, TNA Genesis marked both the start of TNA's 2026 and the end of a remarkable in-ring career. Johnny Curtis wrestled his final match at Genesis, falling to former TNA World Champion Eddie Edwards after a Boston knee party in an emotional bout. Curtis, known to fans as Fandango, Dirty Dango, and several other names, personally chose Edwards to be his final opponent, with both men having trained together under Killer Kowalski as members of the system. The loss officially closed the book on Curtis's 27-year wrestling career. Everyone at Slat Rock Wrestling wishes him all the best in his future endeavors. For all of our subscribers, don't miss the 9 a.m. Eastern video we dropped earlier today. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.